Hello everyone. So today we are going to take a look at the problem number 56 of Leetcode, which is merge intervals. So it is a medium level problem, and it says that given an array of intervals where intervals I is equal to start I and j and I, merge all overlapping intervals and return an array of non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. So what we have to do here is that we have to merge all the overlapping intervals and return an array of non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. So if these are two intervals that are provided to us, and if they are overlapping, then we have to merge them and we have to make it one instead of two, and we have to keep doing it, and at last we will be returning the ones that are non-overlapping. So for example, here 1 and 3 was an interval and 2 and 6 was an interval, so 2 could be made part of this interval, and 6 also, 2 could be made part of this interval, right? And 3 could be made part of this interval, right? So these were overlapping elements in it. So what we can do is that we can take the minimum from here and the max from here, and we can make a new interval, right? So we will keep doing it, and we will maintain a stack. We will put the first element in it, then we will iterate through this interval, and we will keep doing the operation with the last element in the stack. So let's look at the code. So first we have to sort the intervals in order to check the related ones in order which are overlapping. So next we can write a stack and declare a stack. Then we will run a for loop, which is for itr in intervals. So we are looping over intervals, and if st means if there is an element in st, and if the last element in st means the third, we are referring to the first index 1 of the last element, and if it is greater than or equal to itr 0, means if it is greater than or equal to this two, that means they are overlapping, right? So in that case, what we will do is we will redefine we will change the last element. We will make a change on this element stored in the stack, and what we can do is that we will find a value which is minimum of itr 0 and which is minimum of stack 0. So whichever is least of these two, it is going to take that and do it, and then we are going to take max of these values at index 1, and we are just simply modifying it. Otherwise, if our stack is empty, and then we will just append the current, which is only happening in the case of first interval, and at last we are going to return st, right? One thing you could notice is that if we are returning these, and if we are sorting our intervals before performing these operations, right? So in that case it doesn't matter, because if it is in sorted order, then the minimum is always going to be first, and that is the stack minus 1. So this one is going to be minimum, and the itr 1 is going to be the maximum. because they are sorted in order. We can try to run it and we can submit it. We are getting wrong. Let's see. 1 4. Okay, so it sorts by first element. So first is always going to be minimum, but we are not sure of the first index that we have. So in that case we would have to use max, but in this case the minimum is always going to be the prior element that we have. So let's run it now. It should work. Okay, do we have a mistake? Let's remove this. Let's remove this, and now let's run it. It is giving wrong for not ITR0 but ST minus 1 and 0. So that is going to be the minimum because that comes first in the stack. So we are going to submit it now and it should work, and it worked. It is pretty efficient solution. We are using stack, and this was it. Thank you.